Hello, my name is Steve Richards, and I'm going to talk about the synesthesia. I found really interesting about this topic because it's kind of rare. I mean, how the brain makes these different sensations, um, between visual, hearing, tasting. It's like we don't usually solve this on a regular basis. I mean, we see with our eyes, we smell with our nose, or with the little things in our nose, or we taste with our tongue. So it's difficult to comprehend about these concepts about I see numbers in color or the months of the year. Let's say like January is the brown color. So it's pretty interesting about this topic. So people with this synesthesia, so I found the definition in the book and the internet. It says when the brain joins two or more senses together. So it's kind of, can I say, like an interference? So the input of this sensation, let's say the visual, is also captured by the smell, hearing, taste. So people can experiencing kind of a weird feeling about what people is experiencing. So I found many disadvantages about this condition in people because is about its nature. I look for, and it seems like the scientists still researching about this condition. I found like there is no treatment. It's I saw videos. I look for information. They talk about the deep hypnosis is gonna be one of the treatments for this condition, but they said like it is not really useful or necessary for these people. Actually, I mean, these people have to be feel like gifted because they have a gift. So I wish I could have it, but I don't know. I didn't have it, so I don't know what is gonna be the real experience about these people. But the disadvantages of this is the that sometimes they relate concepts, and this interference make the brain act, can I say, weird. Let's say I found an example of this, like they tend to be uh, weaker at math. I mean, they cannot perform the math skills very well. One condition is the OLP, ordinary. Give me 1 second. Yes, I should use da. Oh my, oh my, oh my. Is the ordinal linguistic personification. So when they associate numbers with personality. Yeah, I found like weird, crazy thought, but yeah, in fact, it's real. I mean, people relate numbers, letters, words, names with personality. So when I introduce myself to somebody that have this type of synesthesia, and I say my name is Steve, they will say, "Oh," like have this feeling of happiness. But I could say they could have the feeling of, "Oh, well, stay away from me," like I don't know how to explain this, but it's actually that. I mean, when they hear like a different names, let's say Bob, Johnny, Sophia, they tend to relate these names with personalities. So it's gonna be hard for them to construct a real relationships with persons because when they hear the names, it's kind of a mental thing. So it's gonna be like, "You're my friend," or "Stay away from me." It's like, yeah, it's kind of crazy, but also I found that when people have this type of synesthesia called the I should have this ready, but no. So, with the sound color synesthesia. So let's say, for instance, I mean, this could be a threat for a person because when they hear like a loud noises or unexpected sounds, the visual field is gonna be kind of I don't want to say blocked, but they relate the sound with a color. So let's say like boom, they're gonna start seeing green. I mean, parts of the visual field they're gonna start seeing green. But when they say like a high pitched sound, they're gonna start seeing the things yellow, or like that kind of different weird stuff. But when they hear that these loud noises or unexpected noises, their visual field is gonna be like like kind of being blind. So let's say, for instance, in the example I put in the paper that talk about the fire alarm drill, when they boom sound this alarm beep beep beep, the visual fields is gonna act like we are different from the other ones. So when they try to get their way out to the building, they might find like obstacles, like they can hit walls, they can hit doors, they cannot even see the desk, so they can trip out, fall down, and this can be a threat for them. So just the condition of having the synesthesia. Also, I found very interesting about this type of synesthesia. They call them mirror visual. So it's kind of having the same sensations, having the same feelings about the other person is kind of say doing or experience. Let's say if somebody is scratching his head, the other person with synesthesia, with this type of synesthesia, that mirror visual, they might experience the same feeling. They might experience itchy on his head, so they wanna scratch his head, even though they are not experiencing any itch at all. So also when they see somebody with pain, let's say like somebody hit the finger with a hammer, they're like, ah, they might experience that same sensation. It's, how can I say, it's kind of crazy. But how I'm gonna feel something like it's not actually happened to me. So that's people of synesthesia are gonna experience like this kind of stuff. So that's why it's kind of the pros and cons. But I uh, the other type of synesthesia that I put in my paper that I should be prepared to is that when it's not a type of synesthesia. It's probably like we have a little amount of synesthesia in ourselves. It's like we tend to relate things. Let's say, for instance, I show you a picture of the president. You're gonna relate that picture with that name. So also, like I found, like they did a study when they present like a two different shapes. One shape is gonna be like a round one, and one shape is gonna be like a angular or with spikes. So in the experiment, the the researchers tell the people to name these two objects. People tend to name the round object as Boba and the angular object as Kiki. So probably this type of sounds, like Boba, probably Boba, sounds more like round shape, and Kiki sounds more like high pitched sound with the eyes. So we tend to relate those things. So we have like a little amount, but not in that expression of the synesthesia people. habits. So I said, this is one of the weirdest thing I heard about in psychology. I mean, I never heard about this before, so it's surprising for me to, I mean, know these things. Really, this is kind of wow. I didn't know this existed. I never heard about this, so it's kind of interesting. I probably will do a more little researches about this to learn more about this. Thank you very much, and I hope you enjoyed this video. But I know it's horrible, but I'm trying to do my best. So please stay connected.